The Dark Souls series is beloved by many, for both its difficulty and its unusual beauty. The difficulty is obvious and very well documented. The second you boot up the game, you're going to be fighting tooth and nail, strategizing your every move to survive. Some say it's challenging but fair, others say this game is dumb and why would anybody play it. Its beauty is a different sort though. While it has environmental beauty, the enemies and level designs are also beautiful in a way that it's hard to describe. The game has built its legacy on the back of mysterious lore and brutally overpowering bosses alike. But like all games, sometimes games can miss the mark. Over the Dark Souls series, there have been more than a few bosses that leave the player going, why? So here's our list of the top 10 stupidest bosses in Dark Souls. Throughout the Dark Souls series, you learn very quickly it's not in your best interest to screw with dragons. That's why when you have the ancient wyvern land on Dobby, panic should totally set in. Now you have two options in this fight. You can try to cut him off in the kneecaps or run for your life. If you've learned anything in Dark Souls, the latter is the better option. Running will lead you to a path with even more enemies on it. Lovely. You can kill or run away from the enemies till you reach a ladder. That's it. Fight's over. Once you reach the ladder, nothing can hit you. You jump off the balcony, stab the thing in the head, and it's a one-hit kill. You feel a bit like a badass, but it also contradicts everything about every boss in Dark Souls. This Jabba the Hutt knockoff would make even George Lucas cry. This fat blob does nothing but roll around and try to squish you. You don't even have to sprint to dodge it, you can literally just walk around the arena and watch it smash into walls. The attacks barely hurt you, and the only real threat this slug possesses is that if you get eaten by it, he will strip you of all your equipment, leaving you shamelessly running around naked. Maybe that's what happened to Princess Leia.
In the Brightstone Cove Seldora, we encountered this boss, about halfway through it. If you've played Dark Souls 3, it feels a lot like the beta version of the Deacons of the Deep boss fight. Except the Deacons of the Deep boss fight had a catch to it. This one doesn't. Walk in, slaughter, leave. The spiders we had to go through to get here posed more of a challenge than these guys did, and they don't even bother you when you have a torch like I did.
Getting to this boss is where the challenge lied. Trumping through the consumed king's garden, trying not to be overrun by corrupted possessed hollows, was loads more difficult than fighting the consumed king. The fight is broken up into phases. The beginning half he wields magic while holding his invisible baby Ocelot. After you get his health bar to halfway, he gets pissed because Ocelot isn't showing his power and murders something, or I don't even know, depends on the game's lore. So like every good parent, he tosses his kid away and decides to do the job himself. Literally all that changes is he has some Red Bull and is now sprinting around the arena, crashing into everything but you, and using a spell we haven't seen since the last sacred dragon we fought. Sidestepping most of his rampages, couple of whacks to the shins, and Ocelot is now an orphan, and you walk away wondering why you ever came here in the first place.
When I first picked up the goblet lying at the end of the Catacombs of Carthus, I wasn't really sure what to expect. Dark fog started pouring out and filling the arena, and then suddenly Highlord Wolnir appeared before me. My first thought, this is going to take some time, some planning, expecting to die quite a few times. This guy's huge, looks like he can crush you with one hit. Well, I could not have been more wrong. Literally hit the golden bracelets on his arm. Bam, he's dead. Most of his attacks are clunky, overshoot, missing you completely. The only exception is the poison fog he spews out, and that stuff will insta-kill you. Well, I'll give him points for something new and not ripping off Sonic the Hedgehog like 4 times.
This boss is by no means difficult to fight. In fact, he's disappointingly easy. He's on this list because of the arena you fight him in. It's tiny. Like really? This is a less than slim dude. I mean, look at him. So him plus you plus the yoga mat of an arena, what could possibly go wrong? Well, to start, he just falls off the arena and kills himself. So there's that. Even if you pull the lever halfway across the level and raise the ring, making the arena bigger, this dude is still embarrassingly easy to fight. He's slow. His attacks could be dodged by elephants on muscle relaxers. He feels like they ran out of boss ideas, so they turned a mini-boss into a boss. Like, he doesn't even look like boss material. He just looks like a normal knight that ate his way out of the kingdom.
This fight is just the original dick move by From Software. The second you step past the fog gates, your face gets ripped off by 2 undead dogs, and then before you can blink, the Capra Demon is already mid-attack. If you do have time to roll, there isn't much room to maneuver around this bathroom stall From Software calls an arena. There's a staircase leading to nowhere and a small tree that you can use to mark your grave, because whether you like it or not, you're fighting the Capra Demon now. This boss is one of the 4 bosses in Dark Souls 2 that possess the soul of a great one, so we expect a little bit of difficulty. However, at the end of the Lost Bastille, we find the Lost Sinner in a sort of dome. Wandering into the dome to greet our prey, we are thrust into a cutscene where he rambles something before extinguishing all the flames in the arena, leaving us in the pitch black to fight him. So from here, you have a few options. 1. Lose shield in favor of torch to see him and hopefully dodge his relentless assault. 2. Sit at a certain angle that allows you to see the slight pixel changes in your TV and hope for the best. 3. Die, and then crank the brightness on your game and TV. Or 4, if you're a magic build, you might be able to cast a light spell before he destroys you with jump attack. The fight itself isn't actually that bad, but the whole pitch black thing is stupid and reeks of artificial difficulty. Turns out what you're supposed to do is fight the hidden boss, the Belfry Gargoyles, first to get a key that opens the doors beside his arena, allowing you to light the ring of fire, which will illuminate the arena in which you fight him. Because, you know, that makes sense.
In the Huntsman's Corpse, there is a small coliseum, known as the Undead Purgatory. Inside this blood-soaked arena, we find a stone tunnel running in a circle. Constantly running around this circle is the Executioner Chariot. This boss is dumb as hell and frustrating for multiple reasons. First, there are skeletons always trying to attack you. This part is fine, we're used to a little AD while fighting bosses. However, the necromancers that constantly revive them are another story. Not only do you have to try and survive the onslaught of never-dying skeletons till you kill the necromancers, but the hallway you fight in is only big enough for the chariot to fit through. So you have to run from an alcove to survive the chariot passing through. Again, this wouldn't be so bad if the necromancers weren't always in the way. Between that and the stupidly broken hitbox on the wheel spikes of the chariot, you could be tucked in the back corner of an alcove by yourself and somehow still get hit by the kneecappers on the chariot. Once you finally make it to the end of the hallway, you see a gap in a lever. Pull it, a gate closes. It's then that we find out that we just actually started the boss fight. And you are left wondering to yourself, why am I fighting a giant horse demon? Alternatively, you can probably just use poison arrows on the horse as it runs around the arena until you kill it, but that takes way too much patience for me in this boss fight.
Fuck this bitch. Straight up, Earthen Peak is like Blighttown, but worse in every conceivable way. And the boss reflects this because her arena is filled with poison, for literally no reason. Hope we brought lots of moss, cause you're gonna need it. She herself isn't that bad of a fight, little disappointing but not the worst, but the constant poison damage and threats of petrification? Like, come on, who designed this shit? So before you go to fight it, you take a torch, you light the windmill on fire. This gets it turning somehow and drains the poison. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but generally before I go fight Medusa's inbred cousin, I tend to light windmills on fire. It's just the first thing my brain tells me to do. Like, God of War was a nightmare because there was no windmills in sight for me to burn and so many Gorgons to kill.
That's our top 10 stupidest Dark Souls bosses. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree, and make sure to check out both our channels. I don't think Lyle has a channel up by now, but if he does, then you will see a little button to hit subscribe to. On top of that, hit subscribe for my channel, hit subscribe for your weekly reviews on new games and all the like. Make sure to check out A Tale of Three Idiots. We will be showcasing a new game soon. You might be interested in that, I don't know. Could be something that a lot of people want. And, well, I will talk to you guys later.